and welcome. I'm Silvia Markovic. I'm your host for today's interview with the lovely Michele Gunn from Houston, Texas. Hello, Michele.
Hello, Sylvia.
And we are here today with a topic or with a theme: how life coaching clarify your life decisions. Because the lovely Michele, she's a life coach and she's really, really good, and I love her posts even when I don't cannot react each time, but I really love to read your post. And Michele is helping you also to clarify purpose using your commitment and knowledge while cultivating development for a productive coaching relationship. This is what you are doing and where you can help the people, Michele. Do you want to tell more about yourself?
Sure. I am a Gallup certified strengths coach. I've been coaching for just over 3 years now. I am a wife, a mother, and a grandmother, and I still work a full-time job while I'm building my coaching business.
Hmm.
But coaching is my passion and my purpose.
Yeah, yeah. How did you come to be a coach?
Well, I was actually an administrator at a parish, at a church, and we were looking at ways to get our parishioners more engaged in the parish. And the more we looked around at what other churches were doing and what other programs were, we came across Gallup Clifton Strengths. And we knew, the pastor and I, after research, that this is a program we wanted to bring. And it was more cost effective to have somebody in-house
Hmm.
certified as a coach. So I did that. And part of that was taking the assessment. I really had never heard of Clifton Strengths before that. But when I took the assessment, I found out exactly why I have not been happy for, we'll say, the last 30 years.
Just sorry, that's a flea. The room is so big now. The flea needs wants to be near near my head.
Yeah, so the Clifton Strengths was really, my results was really an affirmation of who I am innately and why, although I've been in management for 30 years, I did retail management, fast food management, and then most recently the nonprofit or church management, why I could do those jobs well, but I was not feeling fulfilled at all.
Hmm.
So it is definitely an affirmation, and it let me know what I innately do, how I do it, and where I could get the most satisfaction. And that's working directly with people. And I
Yeah,
just fell in love with coaching because one of my top strengths is developer, and that's someone who works to have bring out the best in people.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, I like how you say I fell in love with the coaching. Yeah, maybe this is why I also love to be a coach, and I also fell in love to with the coaching. And what it's for me now interesting is that you are in a church.
Mhm.
Yeah, tell us a little more about your job in the church.
My job in the church, like I said, I came as an administrator. So I was in charge of all the finances, budgeting, facility maintenance, repairs, um, HR, personal issues, just almost everything except for
Yeah,
what the priest can do.
yeah, yeah. So it's fun.
Yeah, yeah. And then we knew we had a vision. The pastor and I had a vision of what our parish needed to get people engaged, and we had a vision for another position in the parish to do that. So
Mm.
we actually created that position, and he got someone else to take over the administrative role. So I've been working on that. It's a very slow process because we're talking about really changing the way people think and believe in their innermost. And in the church, it's whatever we have comes from God, and we're supposed to return it to God because He gave it to us, not to see our name on a plaque on a wall, right? Not to have a donut in hand, but just because God gave it to us. So it's really a relearning. And the other part with the strengths, tying that in is that we often, when we ask people to volunteer, we ask them to do what they've been doing, for 8 to 10 hours all day. You're a teacher, come teach. Well, guess what? Some people don't do what they love all day, right?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
So, or, they do construction. So we ask them to come work on something else. So our goal is to help people find how God made them and how God made them work, to tie them into places where they will get that purpose, that feeling of fulfillment while
Mm.
they're volunteering in the parish, which they can take outside of the parish because it's really a
Mm.
whole life thing.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds really interesting. And I mean, I need to say that I don't know, I think I was the last time in the church 20 years ago, or when we don't say something like about Christmas Eve when we are going. It's more like we need to go in the church. And it's not that I don't believe, yeah, I don't believe that there's something like God. I more believe in the universe, but it's, I think for each one can choose it for self. Do you in a church like you're a child with your parents, you started with it, or did did you decide as an adult to go into church?
Well, I believe I started as a child, and then we had periods of time where we weren't in the church.
Hmm.
And then when I started having babies, we kind of came back into the church. We fell a little bit away, and then I came back again with my kids because I really wanted them to have a stable foundation of beliefs and values. And I found that the more I was in the church, the more involved I got, the more fulfilled I feel. Now, saying that, for me, my top strength is belief, which is I have a core values that I live by, and it can be strong family. It can be, like I said, values or belief. For each person, it's different. So
Yeah.
when I talk about how God made us, and you say that's not you, that's okay because you were still made, however you were made, and you're still you. So it still applies even if you don't don't believe that it was a God. That's fine because you are still you, and you still think, feel, operate how Sylvia does. There's no one else like you, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's really funny. And yeah, it's very interesting to talk more than coaching, and um, because I know that pastors also do a similar job like coaching.
I would say no.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think coaches who are trained, and let's see, I don't want to offend anyone, but coaches who are trained and have received the knowledge of what coaching is, it's not just guiding people. I mean, I can go to my mom and ask for advice. I can go to my friend and ask for advice. My pastor, I can go and ask for advice. It's not the same thing as what a coach does.
Mhm.
A coach helps you find the answers within yourself,
Mm.
right? We're not here to dictate to you what you're supposed to do, because you are uniquely you and you know what you're supposed to do. Most of the times we just either haven't spent the time to really ask the proper questions to find out what that is, or we're fighting it,
Mm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. Would you say that that being a coach is just your vocation? It was always there and now you find it?
Yes, I'm going to say it was my purpose for
Mm.
sure.
Yeah.
I believe that this is what I was made to do. It took me, let's see, I'm 52, so it took me like 52, not quite 52 years. It took me like 49 years to find it. Yeah. But if I go back and look at myself and what I now know about myself, I can see that I had those aptitudes, right? I was someone that my friends always came to for guidance. and yes, advice, although coaches don't give advice, but I was someone that friends would come to. They would want to share. People would feel comfortable talking to me, sharing about their problems. I would listen. So I'd say it's definitely something that is in me and it's my purpose to do. But gaining the necessary skills and knowledge to be able to do it effectively makes a difference. And really, the last 49 years or whatever has really molded me to who I am to be a better coach today.
Yeah, yeah. I think so too. Yeah, one job based on another job, and um, yeah, this is really nice what you said, because it can be that that all the experience you have done in the last time in the other jobs is that what you needed to be the good coach,
Mm-hmm.
which you are today. Really great. And I want to know from you, because we are here on OCC, or for the OCC interview, because we want to clear the sea or the jungle of different kind of coachings. And in the 90s, it starts here in Germany more and more, that the companies want to have for the managers special coaching, leadership coaching, business coaching, executive coaching. And it starts in the 70s that great athletes had their own coaches for baseball, football, and
Mm-hmm.
for running, and wherever they have a coach. And this is normal that in sports, each sport which you can see, they have a good coach. And then it starts for the companies, and since the 90s, it's also changed here in Germany. And but I know in America, it was in the 80s more and more for the companies, also it starts with the executive. And so it was the executive coach. But now we have here in 2020, and we are started with the OCC with the different kind of coaches. We have now more than, I think we have now more than 200. We have found different kind of coaches. So, and what do you think started with the different kind of coachings?
Well, I think that people are going through a lot in their lives. There's a lot of transitions, and sometimes you can find someone who is more qualified to help, like executive coaching. You're looking for a specific outcome versus maybe mindset or like life coaching. We all have goals and we should have goals set that we're working to, but there's a little different outcome. I don't necessarily believe that the coaches are all totally different. I think a lot of the tools and processes are the same, but just like when you go to someone who's doing construction, right? You have different people. You have plumbers, you have electricians, you have your drywall people, you have your foundation. They'll have areas of expertise that they can hone in on. That's not to say that one coach might not be able to help you in more than one area. I believe that's also true. If you, one, have a good fit and the coach is trained properly and there's just a good relationship, that can happen. But I think the specializations are very vitally important to address different needs that our coachees or our clients
Hmm.
would have. So I think that the more that's out there, the more specializations that there are, because people oftentimes are looking, or they think they're looking, right, for to solve a specific goal or problem. So they'll look for a coach to help them with that specific goal or problem. But once they start working with a coach, there might be underlying issues or underlying problems that they need to solve. So what they went to for the coach might not be the specific thing they need, but that might be a result of another issue.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that even makes it more clear to you.
So, do you believe that everyone can become a coach or consultant?
Well, I think that many people can become a lot of things, but they don't always come to be good at something, or to be, yeah, that's probably the best way to say it. They're not good at it. You see now, again, I might be treading some thin lines with some people, but if you have a success in life, coach people on it and charge them money. Well, not necessarily the steps that you took is going to help somebody else. There's more to coaching than that, than saying,
Mm.
I did this and I was this successful. So if you do it, you can be successful. So the short answer, is yes, anybody can do it. The longer answer would be, would they really be qualified, good at it, successful, really somebody you want to work with?
Yeah, that's really interesting. I like that you said. I think you can be it, but it don't mean that you can be successful or good in it. Yeah, because I don't know how it is in Houston, Texas, or how it is in Texas, but I know that a lot of coaches here in Germany said you can be what you want, and I had a lot of people in my workshops. Okay, well, how are you smiling now? And I had a lot of clients in my workshops. They said to me that they heard they can be everything, and they only need to believe in it. And I had to struggle with it. I think, yeah, you can be what you want, but I don't believe that a fish can fly. So that's how I see it. And when you, yeah, of course, when you want it and when you do something for it, you can be it, but it depends on how far you want it, and how successful you want to be in it. This is really, really interesting. How is your experience as a coach with your clients?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I did a little presentation on a networking program that I'm going to do again on LinkedIn Live. Clifton Strengths is a really good example. Okay, so this assessment was developed because Don Clifton said, we're always taught that if you're not doing something well, you need to fix it. We're going to focus on what's wrong with you, right? If you're in school and you're a kid and you're not doing well in math, do more math, right? If you're not good at it, what makes you think you're going to get better because you do more of it? If you want to learn to play the violin, you can take lessons, you can practice forever. Doesn't mean you're going to be an expert at playing the violin. So what Don Clifton did is he researched and studied what happens if we focus on what is right with people and build on that. So I do not believe that you can be anything you want at all.
Oh, yeah.
Now, did I feel that way when my kids were growing up? Yeah, I told them that all the time. I wish I wouldn't have. But because, I mean, I've gotten the education and the knowledge that that's not how we're made. We are not made to be, well, like I know they told me growing up and at college, you need to be a well-rounded person. If we were all well-rounded people that could do anything, why do we need anyone else? Right?
Yeah,
So,
funny. Yeah, yeah, really funny. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so we each have our own innate talents and strengths that we build using knowledge and skills to be good at something that we can utilize to help other people who are good at something else. I mean, when you look at a team, even in a workplace, and a boss proposes this question, this dilemma to the group, there will most likely be some people, unless he hires everybody who's exactly like him, and that happens sometimes, which is not good practice. There will be some people that will say, I need to think about that. I can't just give you an answer, right? And then there will be other people who are just spouting off idea after idea. Those two people think differently. Are they
Mm.
both beneficial? Yes. When they combined, you have ideas, and you have people who can say, that's a great idea, but this is what might go wrong. Or that's a great
Mm.
idea, and this is how I see it can succeed. So no, I don't believe everybody can do everything at all. Um, yeah, otherwise I'd still be in church management. I mean, I can do it, but it's not something I would spend more time doing to get better at, because I don't get satisfaction. But I did okay in math. I did not want to do, my parents wanted me to be an engineer, where the money is. No, I didn't want to do more years of math. I was good, but I was good enough. I didn't need to be better and go that higher level. It's not what my innate talents are. So if they would have made me do that, I may have been an engineer. Would I be a good one? Probably not.
This is really really fun because I think we need to clear this, that people, yes, cannot be everything. I mean, you're wearing glasses. I also wear glasses. So now I wear lenses. Yeah. But I cannot do a job where I need good eyes. This is something I can change my mind for it for years and
Right.
say, yeah, but I will I will never have the eyes which I needed to be an astronaut, or I need
Mhm.
to be an engineer for this. Okay, also, but we're talking about engineering. But this is something what I also said to my clients in the workshop, that just for an example, that sure that there are things you can be when you want it and when you want to reach it, but there are some jobs you cannot do it when you don't have the education for it. Yeah, for some things, to be a political or president of the United States,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
need you need some special for it. This is, you can have a good mind for it, or a positive mindset for it, or also positive emotions that, but when you don't deliver the things which are needed, then you cannot be it. And this is our community reality. So it's what I would say it. And it's very interesting that you say it, because you are a life coach. Let us talk about some some things what you are doing as a life coach. When I'm interested to have you as a coach, and maybe I want some to clear some decisions. This is what the main topic maybe, where the people come to you. And when I want to contact you, where I can contact you when I want to say I want Michelle as a life coach.
Well, I do have a website, and it's michellegunn.com. It's one L, two N's, MICHELEGUNN.com.
Yeah.
I'm also very active on LinkedIn. I have a business page on LinkedIn, Cultivate and Thrive. I have a business page on Facebook, Cultivate and Thrive. And I have a business page on Instagram, Cultivate and Thrive. And you can also email me, cultivateandthrive@gmail.com. So
The reputation is good.
that's right.
Great, really, really great. And how you can help me that I can make clear or more clarify decisions? How we will start it?
We would start, first of all, with what we call a discovery call, which is a no charge call, about 20 minutes. And that's to see that the client and I would be a good fit. There has to be able to be a relationship built. You have to be able to build trust. Um, we have to be able to kind of see things in the same way. Like if you felt I couldn't, well, I had somebody, I did have one client ask me once, well, you're going to judge me because she felt she did some things that probably a lot of people judged her. Well, this is not my place, first of all, to judge anyone for anything they do. But you have to be able to talk freely to me, and I have to be able to talk freely to you. We have to understand that I'm not here to tell you what to do, and that the client has to do work. They're not going to come to me and get a magic fix. It doesn't work that way. So if the discovery call goes well and we both feel confident that I can help them, then we would move forward into a coaching engagement, and we would determine from there what process or steps we would take. So it really depends. It's an individualized assessment to see what their goals are and how we're going to get there.
Hmm.
So there's not like a blanket answer to that, but really first, to me, the most important thing is to make sure that we can have a strong relationship, that both of us want to work with each other. Because
Hmm.
if I don't think I can help you, I will tell you to go somewhere else. And I would have some recommendations of some other coaches. And sometimes it's not even a coach they need. It might be a mentor. I've had someone who needed a mentor, sent them that way. Or sometimes people actually need counseling because they have other stuff they need to deal with. Coaches are not counselors. So it really goes from there. And then it's an individualized approach.
Yeah. Okay. Great. This now you said really something important also for the OCC. A coach is not a counselor. What is the difference between the coach and the counselor?
Counselors usually work in the past. They want to try to fix past experiences, mistakes, feelings. Coaching is we're looking at where we are now and where we want to go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we build on the present to get to the future, where counseling deals a lot within the back. And sometimes counseling deals with other issues like depression, substance abuse, things like that. That's you need somebody who's trained properly to handle that. It's not a coach.
Yeah, yeah. And are there some limits for you as a coach that you're saying, oh, with these issues, is it better? I need to say you need to go to a therapist, maybe.
Yes, definitely. And I would get that, from the conversations that we have. And sometimes if people aren't forthright from the beginning and I find it out later, it's my job. I want the best for my clients.
Mm,
I I am successful when my client is successful.
mm.
So if what I'm offering is not getting them to where they need to be, then I need to tell them a better option for them.
Yeah, yeah. And was it one time in the past that you have a client and you need to say sorry, but I'm not the right person for you. You need to go to a therapist. Yeah. Mm.
Yes, I have not specifically had that. Like, so I had someone who was really looking for a mentor. He wasn't sure. When we clarified exactly what he needed, then I sent him that way because he wanted somebody who was really an industry expert to give him advice on his industry, and that's
Yeah.
not me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But this is really also good to know that I think a good coach also know the own limits for it, and to
Hmm.
say I'm an expert in this area, but when you want an industry expert, then I can recommend you also someone. And
Hmm.
it's also what it's really interesting. Uh, when I talk sometimes with people, they had never coaches or coaching. They think that a coach needs to know everything, something like that, and then I need to say, I don't know. And also that they think that we don't recommend other coaches. But for me, it's of course. For me, it's also natural, and it's also for you natural to recommend others. Yeah,
Hmm. Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Like you said, with career coaching, uh, we all have our niche, our specialties, and really, I think our niches and our specialties are driven
Mm.
by our purpose, how we are inside and what fulfills us. I could probably be a career coach, but it's not going to give me the satisfaction that
Yes.
I need. So I don't think that my client would benefit as much from me as a career coach versus like yourself, who's a career coach. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And there are we on what we talked about. You can be good in it. You can be
Hmm.
everything, but it depends on will you be good in it.
Yes.
But it's good for you, and it's good also for your clients that when you as a coach know where are your limits or what where you can say I'm not good in it or I'm good better in this one, and that I'm really really have a good coach with you. Yeah, this is
Yes.
really, really good to know. And maybe you said you are 52. I need to say, hey, Michelle, you're looking amazing.
Makeup. Yes.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is my gun. And And when maybe you will meet your past Michelle with 17. Which advice would you give her?
I have so much advice. I would probably talk my ear off,
Okay,
but
we can take three advices. Michelle, 17-year-old Michelle, three advices.
good thing you put a limit. Okay. One one would be above all else, know and love yourself.
Hmm.
The second one would be do spend your life doing what will and not make you happy, but make you fulfilled, right? And the third would be always put others first.
And yeah, okay, great, great, great. And this is what a lot of people say. They don't give advices in the direction you need to go on this way, you need to go on this way. When I ask other coaches in the interviews, they said the similar thing, like you need to love yourself, you need to do things what makes you happy, or yeah, you said you need to do things where you feel fulfillment, and
Mhm.
this is really interesting that it goes about good feelings, not about to get rich, just do crosses on this jackpot to get this jackpot or something like. No, it goes really about good feelings. This is really interesting. Why do you believe that we want to give our younger self a good advice about good feelings?
Because and I told my kids growing up always that it doesn't money does not make you happy. Number one, I don't care. You see people with money, they keep buying things. That's not what makes you happy. That's not what gives you fulfillment in life. So not having the focus on money, you can focus on what really matters, and what really matters are people. We're here to serve people. So if you have that focus and you're doing something that's fulfilling you. So, like some people say, well, I'm going to go work at a soup kitchen because that's serving others. But is that going to fulfill you? Because that might not be where your natural talents lie. So, you really have to know yourself to be able to do stuff that fulfills you, that's serving others. I firmly believe that that's why we're put here, to serve others.
Hmm.
So, money will follow to pay the bills. Some people, money follows to do more than pay the bills. That's fine. I mean, we have to pay our bills, right? We have to live, we have to have food. So it's not like you never think about money. But if your focus is not on money and it's on really doing to serve others where you feel fulfillment, then I think the money will follow.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think so too. And a lot of other people before us said also the same thing. Until you feel fulfillment, the fulfillment will come to you in which way, however. And I need to say, this is really how it works. This is
Hmm.
really how it works. Yeah, really great. Michelle, I think we are cleared today a lot. We are cleared the difference between coach and counselor.
Hmm.
We cleared why there are so a lot of different kind of coaches and coaching. We cleared what you are doing in your coaching, and we also cleared which are the first steps you're doing as a coach when I want to be your client. And I think we have a lot. The last thing what I want from you now is a free tool, because we are also here there to give the people not only the information about the different kind of coachings and about what you are doing. We also want to give the people a free tool. Which free tool can you give us? Oh.
Yes, and I spent time thinking about it and going back and forth. And I settled on a forgive tool because I think there's a lot of stuff that people go through in life and they blame themselves. And if you have that feeling, whether it be, I don't know, the lack of love or even hatred towards yourself, it's really hard to move forward. So I'm going to offer a free tool about how to forgive yourself.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, this is really, really great. And how it works, this tool, this forgive tool, is it like Ho'oponopono? I don't know, did I spell it right? Ho'oponopono, a forgiveness ritual, or is it yeah, how I need to do it?
Yes, it'll be steps laid out for a process, right?
Yeah.
So first you have to really figure out what it is. Some people don't even realize that they have something like that that they're suffering with. So that will be like the first steps that I take them through the tool, the
Yeah,
process of finding out what it is and how to address it. And then it goes from there.
yeah.
So it'll be basically, I use the acronym FORGIVE. So you're going to find it, you're going to own it, you're going to realize it, you're going to give it, you're going to internalize, and you're going to vindicate, and then you're going to embrace.
this sounds this sounds like working on the own emotions, yeah.
Yes, we have to work to be better.
this is this is what I really like. I really, 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 really do believe that we are need to work more on our emotions, because we have so a lot of emotions, and our emotions are there like a weapon. We can use it for ourselves to have a better life. So I like the
Absolutely.
ritual. I really need to thank you for this gift, for this tool, for what you are sharing with us. And I think my dog also wants to say hello. I'm not pretty sure. Come on. here, here.
Ah,
Yeah. He
hi there.
yeah. He he always wants to say for short hello. Ja, so ein kleine Mausi. Ja. So, but we can cuddle later. Yeah. Okay, Michelle, thank you. Thank you very, very much for this great interview.
It is totally my pleasure. I enjoyed it.
I enjoy it too. And thank you so much for the great informations, and for the for the nice too. And just one thing, yeah, I know sometimes like Columbo. Is there anything else what you want to share with us?
I guess the other little piece of advice that I would give is that anytime in your life, a lot of times in work environments, this is told to people, but personally, for your children, for your significant other, in any relationship you're in, use the 5-to-1 rule. For every negative thing you say to someone, say 5 positive things. I think that'll make a difference in your life as well as the life of the people you interact with.
Yeah, and also the good emotions in it. and, and feelings. Okay, great, great. Thank you so much for the nice information. Thank you so much. And for everyone who wants to get the free tool and the printed version, you can buy it with the interview in a recorded, the interviews as a recorded information, and the free tool and all the other information, you will get it in the workbook, in our high quality workbook, and you can buy it right now here with just one click. And so I need to thank you, Michelle,
My
and
pleasure.
thank you for watching this video, this interview, and have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.